Don't make me repeat what I said. I bet the astronauts are going to be happy back.
Good evening, everyone. We are watching the 3 astronauts that are due home tonight. So, come and join us. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's me.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was time. I didn't get a notification. Are you live right now?
Yeah.
Oh. Is this on your TV? Teresa.
What?
Is this on your TV by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to hang up here and we'll just talk to you over there. Because I don't know if it's just me. Yeah. I'm going to hang up here and we'll just talk to you over there. I don't know if it's just me. Yeah. I'm going to hang up here and we'll just talk to you over there. What is going on? Deployed to various sites across Kazakhstan for Soyuz landings. 8 are at the expected landing site southeast of Jezkazgan, Kazakhstan, and 2 more will be ready about 250 miles away in the area where touchdown would take place where the ballistic entry occurred. The final 2 helicopters will loiter midway between the 2. We are not, of course, expecting a ballistic entry, but we do always prepare for one just in case we need to respond to it. So that is part of the standard plan. Also deployed for landing are 6 all-terrain vehicles and 3 Antonov airplanes that serve You'll have direct communication with the crew and will relay those communications back to Moscow.
Hey everyone, if you're just joining, we are watching at International Space Station. 3 astronauts are due home tonight. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share the stream. And if you're new here, please subscribe. We do these more frequently. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share the stream. And if you're new here, please subscribe. We do these more frequently.
We've been asking you to send in your questions about tonight's landing using the hashtag AskNASA on social media, and you can keep sending those in, and we'll keep trying to answer them when there's time, starting now. From Isabella, we received the question, what's the current weather at the landing site? Weather-wise, things are looking reasonably nice at the landing site. Temperatures today should be around 45 degrees Fahrenheit and breezy, so it will be cool, but not nearly as cold as it can be at Soyuz landings. We also have a few clouds at 5,000 feet, scattered clouds at 20,000 feet, and winds out of the west at 14 knots. The visibility should be 6 miles or more at the landing site by the time Soyuz arrives. But the crew won't actually spend too much time outside regardless. As soon as helicopters with the landing team arrive at the landing site, they'll begin setting up a medical tent where the crew can work through their regular post-landing checkouts before boarding helicopters to Kazakhstan, where they'll board airplanes to take them home. Our next question is from Raul, who wants to know how long it will take for the astronauts to reach Earth. Well, from this exact moment, we have got about an hour and 13 minutes before tonight's 9:55 p.m. Central landing, but the point that determines when you land is actually the orbit burn. That's when Soyuz fires its engines to slow down and drop back into the Earth's atmosphere, and at that point, there's no going back. But it's a pretty quick trip. Once they've completed the deorbit burn, they'll be on the ground in less than an hour. Next up is Lucy, who wants to know what happens to the rest of the Soyuz module after the descent module separates. Just 18 minutes after the deorbit burn starts, once the Soyuz is on its way back to Earth, the descent module is going to separate from the orbital module, the propulsion module, and the descent module lands back on the Earth with the astronauts inside. The other modules are left to burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. That is actually the fate of much of what is launched into space. In fact, for most of our cargo vehicles, the entire spacecraft is filled with trash and then sent away to burn off as it falls through the Earth's atmosphere. It's a very convenient way to get rid of trash. Scott has a question about Soyuz control. He wants to know if the crew would be able to handle the deorbit and landing procedures on their own without ground assistance if they lost communication with the ground. But actually, there's really very little for the ground or the crew to do. The vehicle does most of the work on its own because most of its actions are automated. But the things that the crew doesn't require, the things that the crew does do not require assistance from the ground. So the answer is yes. And one more from now. This one from Kristen, who wants to know how Chris Cassidy is going to be getting home after landing. And this is actually the longer part of the trip for Cassidy. Once he finishes his initial checkouts at the landing site, he and his crewmates are going to be getting on helicopters and deliver them back to Jeskisgan, which is the nearest town. And there will be planes waiting for them there to take Anatoly Ivanishyn and Ivan Wagner back to Russia, while Cassidy is brought back here to Johnson Space Center in Houston. And for Cassidy, that trip will take almost another day. So that is all for now, but keep sending in your questions, and we will keep trying to answer a few before we get done for the night. You can get yours to us on social media using the hashtag AskNASA.
Hi, Jesse.
Jack-o'-lantern Alizane wondered 6789110. Jack-o'-lantern said, should I time Jesse out?
We're now less than 15 minutes away from the Soyuz MS-16's deorbit burn. That's scheduled for 9 p.m. Central Time, when the Soyuz will be about 20 miles away from the space station. That burn is going to last 5 minutes and 20 seconds, during which the thrusters firing will act as a brake on the Soyuz vehicle while it's still 260 miles above the Earth, slowing it down by 128 meters per second, or 268 miles per hour, and dropping it out of orbit. You can see graphic of how that will work here. Basically flips around, turns, and fires its thrusters into the direction that it was traveling to slow it down and drop it out of orbit. About 23 minutes later, at 9:28 p.m., that's when the Soyuz is at an altitude of 87 miles above the Earth. The vehicle's computer will command the descent module of the Soyuz to separate from the rest of the spacecraft just above the first traces of the Earth's atmosphere, which you saw just there a minute ago. Orbital module on top, which is where the crew has a small amount of room to move around during its flight to the space station after launch, and the instrumentation and propulsion module on the bottom, which house the oxygen storage tanks, attitude control thrusters, avionics, and communications and control equipment. Those will all separate from the descent module in the middle, where the crew is seated. The descent module contains personally contoured seats for the crew members used during launch, entry, and landing, as well as all the controls and displays needed for critical flight activities. It also has life support provisions, batteries for re-entry and landing, and parachutes and soft landing rocket engines to slow the vehicle just before touchdown. Orbital module and the instrumentation and propulsion module will burn up, as we mentioned earlier, in the Earth's atmosphere, while the descent module continues on with Cassidy, Ignition, Wagner, and Side. Then 3 minutes later, at 9:31 p.m., 60 miles or 316,000 feet above the Earth, the Soyuz will begin atmospheric re-entry. At that point, the descent module's computers will orient the capsule with its ablative heat shield pointing forward to protect it from the heat as it begins to fly through the Earth's atmosphere. And the crew will begin to feel the first effects of gravity again at that point. That's going to build through about 9:38 p.m., when they'll experience a maximum pressure, or G-load, for the descent. And that will probably briefly cause them to feel 4 to 5 times the force of gravity. Just 2 minutes later, 15 minutes before touchdown, when the Soyuz is 35,105 feet above the Earth and traveling at a speed of about 514 miles per hour, the Soyuz computers will command the first of a series of parachutes to deploy. 2 pilot parachutes will come first, one 6.7 square feet and one 48.4 square feet. And together, they will drag out the drogue chute, a 258 square foot parachute that slows the Soyuz down to 178 miles per hour. The drogue chute also will create a gentle spin for the Soyuz as it dangles underneath, which will help stabilize the capsule in its final minutes before touchdown. Just before touchdown, that drogue chute will be jettisoned to make way for the deployment of the 3,281-foot main parachute. It continues slowing the capsule down to a speed of about 16 miles per hour. At first, the capsule hangs beneath it at a 30-degree angle to the horizon to help with aerodynamic stability, but after one of the two harnesses connecting the parachute to the capsule is severed, the Soyuz will right itself so that it's in a vertical position through touchdown. When the capsule is just 16,000 feet or 3 miles from the Earth's surface, the vehicle's heat shield will be jettisoned and any residual propellant will dissipate. Without the heat shield, the Soyuz altimeter, an instrument that measures altitude by bouncing signals to the ground and back to the Soyuz, will be exposed to the surface of the Earth, and it will be used to provide the capsule's computers updated information on altitude and rate of descent. At that point, the vehicle's computers will also arm the module's seat shock absorbers. When the Soyuz reaches an altitude of about 39 feet, the cockpit displays will tell Anatoly Ivanishvili, who's the Soyuz commander, to prepare for the firing of the soft landing engines. Those are 6 solid propellant engines, and they actually will be fired just 3 feet above the ground and 2 seconds before touchdown, allowing the Soyuz to slow down to 5 feet per second, or about 3.5 miles per hour, for a landing at 9:55 p.m. Central Time, 8:55 a.m. local time in Kazakhstan. How long was the burn? Okay, we talked to you, remember. Less than 5 minutes to go now before that 9 p.m. Central Time deorbit burn coming up. That's going to drop the Soyuz MS-16 out of the Earth's atmosphere and begin the journey home for the crew on board. NASA's Chris Cassidy and Roscosmos's Anatoly Ivanishin and Ivan Wagner, who've all spent 196 days on board the International Space Station. We'll be wrapping that up today with a 9:55 p.m. landing. Just 2 minutes left now until the orbit burn begins. It's going to last 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and that will slow the Soyuz down enough to drop it back into the Earth's atmosphere and allow it to continue on its journey towards the steppe of Kazakhstan, where they'll be landing today. Ready? And extended covers open. Also maneuver engine covers on. Reporting all systems are ready for the deorbit burn to begin. That's less than 30 seconds away now. And again, that's going to last 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Begun now. On the nozzles, press the nozzles. Inaudible. 30 seconds. 15 meters. Copy. To do parameters are nominal. The combined propulsion system 45-19 meters. To do parameters are nominal and certain points less on the nozzle. 1 minute into today's deorbit burn and last 5 minutes and 20 seconds. To do parameters are nominal. We have 12.5 on the nozzle. Okay. At 1532, 0.5 and 12 and a half. And for those parameters, nominal. Okay. 1 minute, 39.2, 0.45 for those service. For those parameters are nominal. 0.45 without service, 12.6 on the nozzles. For those parameters are nominal. Copy. And now, as you're hearing everything continuing to look good. Those parameters are nominal. 0.5 for those service. 12.6 on the nozzle. 59.6, 0.46, and 12.6, and schedule parameters are nominal. 236, 0.46, hotel city, 12.6 on the nozzles, and schedule parameters are nominal. Copy.
Okay, guys, if you're just watching, we're just listening to the astronauts. They're coming home to, because they've been in space for like almost 200 days. So they're returning to their families. So we're just watching the live stream. So just listen. You don't have to chat. Just listen to it. That's what I'm listening to. I'm listening to it. If you want to leave, that's fine. But make sure you share the stream for me, like, comment, subscribe. If you are new here, my name is Teresa, and we do these more frequently. So share it out and give it a big thumbs up if you like this video.
Those parameters are nominal. 330, 94.1, 045, 12.8, and those parameters are nominal. Copy. 345, 045, and 13.2 and 12.8, and schedule parameters are nominal. Copy. 4 minutes left now. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. 0.9, 0.45 for Delta V. 0.46 for Delta V. Course to 10. We are done with the burn. The burn is complete. And there you go. Complete deorbit burn now. That was about 5 minutes and 20 seconds long, and that is intended to drop the Soyuz, slow it down and drop it back into the Earth's atmosphere so that it could begin its journey home to the steppe of Kazakhstan today. Crews now on their way for a 9:55 p.m. Central Time landing. Fuel pressure. With the orbit burn complete, the next milestone that we'll be watching for is the separation of the Soyuz descent modules from the other parts of the spacecraft. That is going to be coming up at 9:28 p.m. Central Time, and you can see how it works here. That middle portion is where the crew, Cassidy, Ivanich, and Wagner are all inside of. It separates from the other parts because it has the heat shield that will protect the crew as they return to Earth.
Hey everyone, if you're just joining, we're just listening in to the live stream of the International Space Center. The astronauts are coming home to their families, so we're just listening in. You don't have to chat. If you want to, that's fine. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, give a big thumbs up, and share this out to your family, your friends. But please join us. We're just listening in. Feel free, just to chat. If you want to just listen, that's fine too.
And we will try and answer a few more before the night's over. Right now, our first question is coming from Rebecca, asking how long it's going to take for the astronauts to come back today to physically reacclimate to life on Earth after their 196 days in space. That is a good question. You will hear from the astronauts that gravity is not a lot of fun to get reused to. Once you get to space, you get used to zero gravity pretty quickly, but getting used to gravity again can take a little bit of adjustment. They have about 2 months.
Hi everybody, if you're just joining us, we're just listening in to the astronauts are coming home to their families. We're just listening in. You don't have to chat. If you want to, that's fine. But make sure you give a big thumbs up, share this out, and have fun. But we're just listening in. Thank you so much for joining. If you are new here, please subscribe. Give it a big thumbs up, and just chill out and give it a big thumbs up. And share it out to your family and friends. We're hoping to reach 300 subscribers by tonight. So you just feel free to chat with us. You don't have to chat if you don't want to. We're just listening in to the astronauts who are coming home. There's all 3 of them. So, yeah.
That is when the Soyuz comes in at a steeper attitude than planned for. It is a mode of re-entry that the Soyuz can support, but it's not the preferred one. It's a little bit of a rougher ride and takes the astronauts into a place where there's less landing support stage to help them. So we do always plan for an entry at our regular landing site, but we stage some support at the ballistic landing site just in case it's needed. And we've got a third question now from Ken, who is asking, during re-entry, do the astronauts communicate in English or Russian? So if you've been listening tonight, what you are hearing on NASA TV is an interpreter who is interpreting both the astronauts who are speaking in Russian and the Russian flight controllers on the ground who are talking back to them. So most of what you are hearing is actually taking place in Russian, and then we have a translator who translates both parts of those conversations. So sometimes it sounds a little bit like they're talking to themselves, but that is the full conversation between the two groups occurring entirely in Russian for this, since it is a Russian vehicle and the Russian flight controllers are primarily responsible for it.
I cannot even reach like this.
Иркуты, как нас слышно?
Irkuti, how do you read us? We have interference. I can hardly copy you. Copy.
Насколько мы поняли, давление в ВС стабильно, было.
The top pressure is stable, we understood, and BO pressure practically zero. Is that correct? We did not copy. You're coming in garbled. And BO we have 20. It's basically zero.
About 15 minutes now until we do hit that point at 9:28 p.m. when the Soyuz descent module separates from the other parts of the Soyuz. Then continuing to go smoothly as we head towards that. And we're just 40 minutes away now from landing. Once we get to that point, things will start happening pretty quickly with the atmospheric re-entry beginning at 9:31, and then the max G-load for the astronauts following that at 9:38.
Irkuti, 15 minutes to separation. Yes, we confirm 15 minutes to separation.
Напоминаю, Иркуты, репортаж. Ведем даже при отсутствии двух сторон.
Please remember to continue your commentary, even if there is no two-way comment. In BO we have zero. In the SI defense module we have the pressure of 767. And after re-entry, in about
Good evening,
5
everyone.
minutes,
Welcome to my live stream. We are here to listen in to the International Space Center. 3 astronauts are due home tonight, so we're just listening in. You're more welcome to chat. You're more welcome to just listen. And if you are new here, my name is Teresa. We do these more often. Just smash and hit that, pop that like button for me, and make sure you share it out. Yeah, just feel free to chat. If not, it's totally okay. It's up to you. I'm not forcing you to chat. But listen in, see what they're saying, and have a great night.
ready? Yes?
Left until today's landing, and just 10 minutes to go until we get to that
10 minutes to separation.
that separation point that you just heard them talking about. That is again when the descent module that the crew members are in, Chris Cassidy, Anatoly Ivanishkin, and Ivan Wagner, separates with the other elements of the Soyuz. The descent module has both the heat shield and the parachutes, which are key components of the safe landing, of course. So separation modules allows those elements to be exposed and then used during landing.
I think they just lost signal. Hello? I don't know what's happening. I think they lost signal. Okay, I think we're just going to end it because I think you've lost signal. Thank you, Papa. Thank you for kicking Elisa out. I think you must have lost signal. I think they lost signal. Okay. I think they lost signal. I'm not really sure what's going on. Okay, well.
6 minutes, 6.5 minutes to separation. Disclose your visor. Activate the rescue automated system. And release. Deactivate your transmitter. And then you have to talk to us by pushing the PDC button without securing it.
Just 5 more minutes left before we get to that descent module separation, and we're going to take a few more questions while we have a minute from the Ask NASA group on social media. You can send yours in using that hashtag AskNASA. And our first one is from NASA Wanderer, who's asking what happens after the astronauts land. There will be a few minutes after they land while the helicopters with all the support personnel and the ATVs will move in to meet them. So they'll be on their own for a few minutes before they are then converged on, and the crew who's there to meet them begins working to get them out. They'll set up a ladder to help pull them out of the capsule, and then they'll be moved into chairs where they can sit and collect themselves. A few minutes, we'll be able to hopefully see all that from the videographer who will be on site. They will all gather in 3 chairs in front of the small crowd that meets them, and then be taken to the medical tents after they get the chance to make a few phone calls. And the medical tents will have a few checkups, and then they will go on the helicopters that met them there and move to Jessica's Gone, where planes will be waiting to meet them and take them to either Moscow or Houston as appropriate. Next question from Jane, asking, are the American astronauts fluent in Russian, and how long does it take them to learn? All of the astronauts who go to the International Space Station, regardless of nationality, have to be fluent in both English and Russian. Those are the 2 official languages on the International Space Station. So even our international partners from Japan and Europe and Canada, all of them have to learn English and Russian as well, if they don't already know one another. That does take a long time. A lot of the astronauts will tell you that that's one of the harder parts of their training. They begin that as soon as they are chosen as astronaut candidates and spend a lot of their first 2 years of training getting the basics down. But they continue that training once they're assigned to a mission to make sure that they are ready before they get to the International Space Station and able to communicate with some of the ground teams supporting them. Finally, this one from Elizabeth asking whether or not how many times the Soyuz capsules are reused. And the Soyuz is only used the one time. We do have some spacecraft that are reusable. Of course, the space shuttles were reused over and over, and now the SpaceX Crew Dragons are also going to be reused now that we are beginning to use them. But the Soyuz just the one time. Is all that we have time for now before the module separation begins, but go ahead and be pulling those in, sending those into us using the hashtag AskNASA on social media.
Separation program. Copy. Just put the 1 minute separation. Prepare for separation of module.
When the cryptos creak and the tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
This point is still used to send module and separating from the orbital module and the instrumentation and propulsion module. The vehicle is about 87 miles above the Earth.
Good morning, fam. How we doing? Happy Wednesday for me and my sunburned nose. Hope you all had a wonderful day today. We are driving now from the Grand Canyon back to Phoenix to get to the airport, hop on our plane, and head back to Chicago. So that's it. Talk to y'all later.
Mystic Gamer said night, everybody.
That next milestone coming up at 9:31 p.m. Central Time. So easily 62 miles above the Earth, and that's when atmospheric entry begins. Crew will begin
Hi, everybody. If you're just watching, we're just listening in to the International Space Center. There's 3 astronauts coming home tonight to join their families. Please feel free to chat. If you're new here, my name is Teresa. We do these more often. Please subscribe to my page. Give it a big thumbs up if you like this video, and make sure you share it out. And so, so just have a good time. Talking amongst yourselves. We're just listening in to the International Space Center. And so like I said, if you're new here, my name is Teresa. Make sure you subscribe to my page, like, comment, subscribe, and please share this out and give it a big thumbs up if you like this video.
that point where the Soyuz capsule is going to be experiencing the atmosphere again. Again, this is when the crew will first begin feeling gravity again, 62 miles above the Earth. Also, when the descent module's computer will be orienting the capsule so that the heat shield is pointing forward, protecting it from the heat generated as it begins to experience the Earth's atmosphere. At this point, the Soyuz is beginning to enter the plasma as it makes its way through the Earth's atmosphere. That does cause the communications with the ground to get a bit broken at some point. At this point, it's about 80 kilometers above the Earth, or 50 miles.
Not intelligible.
Still about 4 minutes before the Soyuz exits this area where it's going through plasma, as the Soyuz begins to experience Earth's atmosphere again, and the air around it heats up as it's moving through the atmosphere. That will end at 9:38 p.m. Central Time. That's also when the crew will begin experiencing the heaviest G loads as they make their way back to Earth.
Hey everyone, if you're just joining, my name is Teresa. If you're new here, please subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share this out with your friends, your family, and give it a big thumbs up if you like this video. And please make sure you subscribe to my channel. And just make sure you just listen in. And if you want to chat, you're more welcome. If not, you don't have to. Just listen in, because all the astronauts are coming home, 3 of them, to their families. So just listen in. And we'll give updates as it goes along.
In Kazakhstan, southeast of Cheskostan. On board, of course, Commander Expedition 63, Commander Chris Kasky, and luggage bearers Anatoly Ivanishin, Ivan Wagner, about to land back on Earth after 196 days in space.
Jack-o'-lantern Alasane Wonder 678910 Jack-o'-lantern set Ghost Jack-o'-lantern Teresa Ghost Jack-o'-lantern I'm in a VC with her.
Hi guys, if you're just new here, my name is Teresa. Please subscribe to my channel. We're just listening into the International Space Center. 3 astronauts are coming in back to Earth, and please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this out. Give it a big thumbs up if you like this video. Just listen in. They're giving updates as the astronauts are due to come home to be with their families, but they will be in quarantine for a couple weeks. So just listen in. You don't have to chat if you don't want to, but just feel free. If you don't have to, just listen in. So if you're new here, my name is Teresa. We do these more frequently. Please subscribe to my channel. Just listen in to the International Space Center. They are giving updates about the astronauts that are coming home back to Earth. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this out. Give a big thumbs up if you like this video, and please just listen in. You don't have to chat if you don't want to. If you're just new here, my name is Teresa. We do these more frequently. Please make sure you subscribe to my page, like, comment, subscribe, share this out. Just listen in. They're giving the updates about the astronauts coming home. Just listen. You don't have to chat. You can feel free if you want to, but they're just giving the updates. Just listen.
5,105 feet above the Earth, traveling at a speed just under 514 miles per hour. Computers will be commanding the first parachutes to deploy. 2 pilot chutes, one 6.7 square feet and one 48.4 square feet. Those will pull out eventually the 258 square foot drogue chute, which will slow down the Soyuz to 178 miles per hour in only about 16 seconds and begin stabilizing the capsule.
Good night, Mom. Love you.
go now until the Soyuz MS-16 touchdown in Kazakhstan. That's coming up at 9:55 p.m. Central Time. As the Soyuz makes its way back towards Earth, the drone parachutes will jettison and make way for the 3,281-foot main parachute, which slows the Soyuz down to about 15.6 miles per hour. Now to go until today's 9:55 p.m. Central Time touchdown. You can hear that we're experiencing some bad audio right now, but waiting some confirmations from the teams at the landing site. To go now, hearing a little bit more audio. Hopefully that'll continue improving and we'll be able to get some additional updates. And we're heading towards that 9:55 p.m. Central Time only. Here on the ground, hearing from the forces, the landing team that is gathering at the landing site, that one of them does now have the crew in sight. Everything is looking nominal. Just 7.5 minutes away from today's landing time. Again, getting reports from the team who is at the landing site that all is looking well. lack of audio connections with the crew at the moment, and no video yet. So we are relying on reports from the landing team who is gathering at the landing site to let us know what's going on. They did report that all is nominal, looking well, as the crew makes its way down towards that landing site. We hope to get some video for you. We'll keep trying on that, and as soon as we have it, we'll be sure to share it. In addition to reports from the team who is gathering at the landing site that everything is going well and nominally, they are also reporting that they have good communication back and forth with the crew, despite the fact that we can't hear it at the moment. So we'll continue giving you these updates as we get them, and hopefully we'll be able to see it for ourselves before too long. Again, we are heading down toward that 9:55 p.m. Central Time planned landing. That's 4.5 minutes from now. And reports are that everything is going nominally. Minutes left to go before today's touchdown. Again, although we don't have good communication with the crew here, we do have reports that the team on the ground has good communication with them, and that everything looks nominal at this point. So continuing towards that landing at 9:55 p.m.
When the
Left to go until touchdown. We still don't have video from the landing site at this point, so we'll be waiting on confirmation from the team on the ground. We'll pass those on as soon as we do hear them. If we are able to get video in the meantime, we will definitely.
Here live sent me Teresa, what you up to?
It's a little over a minute to go now. And there is the video we've been waiting on. Soyuz under its parachute, making its way down for today's landing. That should be coming up very soon at this point. minutes before landing, ignition will get a notice from the computers to prepare to fire 6 solid propellant engines called the soft landing engines and slow the Soyuz down to 5 feet per second or about 3.5 miles per hour. And you can see Soyuz has now touched down in Kazakhstan, 9:54 p.m. Central Time. After 196 days in space, 3,136 orbits, and 83 million miles, Chris Cassidy, Anatoly Ivanishin, and Ivan Wagner are home. Again, that landing coming at 9:54 p.m. Central Time, just a smidge early.
Jack-O-Lantern Alyssane Wonder 678910 Jack-O-Lantern set hair life hot.
Crew now safely on the ground. 9:54 p.m. Central Time was the landing point. That wraps up Chris Cassidy's third trip to space and his second long-duration mission. He spent 15 days in space during STS-127 in July of 2009, and another 166 days during Expedition 25 in 2013. On the 196 days, he added on with this
Jack-O-Lantern Alyssane Wonder 678910 Jack-O-Lantern set hair life come watch with us.
Earning him the 5th spot on the list of most time spent in space by an American. He also added 4 spacewalks to his previous 6, and with a total of 10, is now tied for most spacewalks by a NASA astronaut and 9th for all astronauts. He has spent a total of 54 hours and 51 minutes spacewalking over the course of his 3 space flights. Anatoly Ivanishin also had 2 previous vacancies, and they were both long-duration missions, so he is home with a total of 476 days in space, enough to earn him the 25th place on the all-time list of time spent in space. And this flight was a first.
Hey everyone, if you're just joining us, my name is Teresa. We do these more often. So we are listening into the International Space Center. 3 astronauts have come home. They have just touched down. That is awesome. Bravo to them. Right now they're getting out of the capsule to go into a super tent to get quarantined for 2 weeks or more than that. And then they're going to get tested for, for the pandemic. But also make sure you subscribe, give it a big thumbs up if you like today's video, and make sure you share it out. Thank you so much for hanging with me tonight. I know this has gone on so long tonight, but this was super awesome to watch. I love hearing about the astronauts being in space. I'm so glad they're home. And I'm sure their families are getting excited to see them. So, thank you again for hanging out with me. And we'll see each other, another night. And it'll be happy Thursday tomorrow.
Once again, the Soyuz MS-16 did touch down at 9:54 Central Time. That's 8:54 a.m. in Kazakhstan, where it landed. You can see the recovery team making its way to the landing spot.
All right, everybody, that will do it for tonight. They're just be getting into tens and getting checked out and out of their uniforms. So, but thank you so much for hanging with me. Happy Wednesday night. I know it's late for you all, but thank you so much for hanging with me. And stay safe, stay positive, and thank you, and have a great night. Hey, Zachary, thank you so much for joining. We were just watching the astronauts coming home. And they made it. They touched down. They're in good spirits, and yeah. So we're just listening into the International Space Center. But I believe I'm just going to end it here for the night. I know it's late for everyone, so have yourself a great night. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, give it a big thumbs up if you're new here, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone. Good night.